So I was going to make this video outdoors, but Mother Nature decided to start raining much sooner than I had anticipated, so my video is going to be indoors today. And in a tradition that we follow here in America, I thought I would talk a little bit today about this. Now, I'm not sure this actually fits the bill. I had to search through my house, through my little group of Matchbox and Hot Wheels cars, but I think this comes pretty close to a Formula One car because in a couple of weeks we will be watching the race called the Indianapolis 500, or we like to call it the Indy 500. And it's always run on Memorial Day, and it has some very interesting history behind it. And so now the Kentucky Derby is over and we move on to a totally different kind of horsepower. So I want to talk a little bit today and tell you about the Indianapolis 500. And I'm also wearing these beautiful pantyhose. They are from Poland, from a product called Maryland. They're in a beautiful beige color, easy to wear, beautiful, with my Tony Bianco red stiletto heels and my red dress that I like to wear now the weather's gotten warmer. So let me tell you a little bit more about the Indy 500. So I was on my iPad this morning and I read some interesting things about this race. It actually started around 1911. This is the 109th running of the Indy 500, but they had actually stopped running the race during World War I and World War II. And the race is run at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on 253 acres. It has an 18-hole golf course called the Brickyard Crossing. The reason they call it that is the original race was called the Brickyard because the race was run on pavers. And the race was actually won, the very first one they actually raced was won at a speed of 74 miles an hour. Now, what I read is that yesterday Scott McLaughlin qualified for a speed of almost, not quite, 234 miles an hour for a lap. So that was pretty remarkable difference, wouldn't you say? And there was also a winner, three-time winner, named Louis Mayer, I think it is, or Meyer, and he won it 3 times. So he drank a glass of buttermilk to quench his thirst after the race, and it became a tradition. And in 1956, they changed it a little bit because they wanted to allow the drivers to pick whatever milk they wanted to drink. And today they don't really drink it. Supposedly they douse themselves with milk. So if you see them do it, now you'll know why. And they anticipate an attendance of almost 350,000 people to watch. It's actually a sellout. It takes them 18 months in order to prepare for this race. And so this weekend is actually the qualifying races. Today they'll be running for the positions of 13 through 30, and then tomorrow they're going to run 1 through 12 and 31 through 33. So that's where you got the qualifying races this weekend in anticipation of running the big race on Memorial Day. And even though I prefer to watch NASCAR, I watch NASCAR after the NFL season is over, there's actually some NASCAR drivers that will run in the Indy 500. And the winningest team is the Roger Penske team. And his driver, Scott McLaughlin, he was the one that hit the almost 234 miles per hour, and he's on the Roger Penske team. So they just keep that speed going. They certainly have a need for speed. So if it's your thing, it's something fun to look forward to. Maybe you'll want to watch the qualifying races this weekend. And in the meantime, I hope you will subscribe, give me a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and that way you'll know when I'm publishing my next video. I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for watching as always, and see you at the next video. And I'm going to go back to read a little bit more about the history of the Indy 500.